Welcome to Scribble Kibble. wait. Welcome to Scribble Kibble, a show about animation from the perspective of an animator. I'm gonna talk about one of my animations this time because I don't want you to hate me yet for ruining the things you love. Speaking of love, this episode's focus is on Love is an Open Door, which people have described as cringy and cute. Cringy because it involved the hated and feared show My Little Pony, and the Disney movie Frozen. If you can look past that, it's cute. And look at all these video game references. If you want to watch it before I disassemble it into itty bitty pieces and show you what it looks like behind the scenes, I put a link to it around here somewhere. Maybe down there, maybe, I don't know. You can find it. I have confidence in you. So, what does it take to make an animation that mimics the show style of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic? For an experienced animator, a completed 2-minute and 40-second video breaks down to 185 hours of work. And the backgrounds only took 25 hours because I reused a lot of pieces from other projects to save time. So for every minute of animation, the animator spends 60 hours of work. That's longer than a week at a full-time job. That's, well, I don't have to explain it. You can have this magical experience for yourself. Plug your headphones into your favorite music playing device, download the song Love is an Open Door, and listen to it for 8 days without sleeping. I just had to prove to myself I could copy the show style like everyone else, didn't I? I took this project on as a commission. It was to be a surprise gift for Ink Rose, the person who drew up the storyboard for the whole video. The storyboard was sent to me in secret, and I based the whole animation off of it. So, except for this one part I cut for time, the finished project is pretty true to the original boards, and I didn't add a whole lot in there. Just gotta stick to the boards and get it done. The first thing I worked on was building the characters. Each character is a puppet made of tons and tons of pieces that you can change and move around. It makes animating relatively fast, clean, and inexpensive. So at first I thought I might download a royalty-free fan-made puppet to work off of, but in the end I just didn't trust them to do what I wanted them to do. Some of them are actually overcomplicated. It would take me just as long to figure out how to animate someone else's model as it would to just draw my own. I mean, look inside the guts of this thing. It's a mess. When you see an animation made with puppets, this is what's going on underneath the surface. Picture that next time you see a pony animation. That's what's going on underneath that. Ponies are built in a stack of layers, and if you organize them poorly from the start, your animation is gonna turn out wrong and it's gonna be hard to work with. It just won't work right. And that's especially true with hair, because hair needs, you can't just draw the hair as it is. It has to have multiple pieces so it's bouncy when it's animated. I mean, if your hair was one massive strand, of course it would be stiff like cardboard. I noticed that in a lot of fan pony animations. Stiff hair, stiff movements, and twitching ears. Do the ponies in the show constantly twitch their ears? No. If you want to copy a show, studying the movements of the critters on screen is key. It's not just about drawing the art the same way. This is animation. Animation is movement. Movement is life. In the end, Love is an Open Door is animated using only 3 perspectives. The front, the side, and the 3/4, which is the space between front and side. I did throw in a back perspective at the last minute because I couldn't get away without it due to this balcony shot. I could have animated them going into the tower from the side, but the balcony, it was just worth it to draw that back perspective so I wouldn't have to animate the mouth singing for that part. And then there's also a sitting pose and a standing pose, which I didn't even bother to draw the standing pose in Illustrator. I just fudged it with a bunch of already finished pieces from other poses. But once all the bases were done, I had to make costumes for all of these different situations. And costumes turn out to be really interesting because you have to reference the storyboard, the real material the storyboard might be based off of, and then boil all of those things down to a simple, clean design that can realistically be animated on the body of a horse. Okay, that's enough about character building. I'll save it for a tutorial. So, backgrounds. Yeah, not much to say about the backgrounds, really. It's a lot of drawing and inventing things to look at. And since the storyboards are pretty bleak in terms of backgrounds, there was a lot of imagining work to think of something to put back there that's a little bit more interesting. I'm most proud of the first one because I spent a lot of time on that since I knew it was going to be on screen for so long and everybody's going to have to stare at it forever. Originally, there would have been strawberries and marshmallows on the fondue plates and more details like that in the room. Ponies walking around behind the glass, but no, I couldn't take it anymore. I just couldn't listen to an analogy about love and doors anymore. Close the door. No more open doors. No more love. You're letting the bugs in. Close it already! I don't like this background. There's too many clashing colors. The depth is all wrong. The ground's really weird. Ugh. What are these bananas in the carpet here? And what's this wonky head movement? Wait, slow down. Slower. What is that? Broken back, broken nose, broken noses, broken hair, Illustrator pattern lines, Paper Mario flickering design, depthless light sky. Yes, folks, we've got it all. Oh, there's that flickering again. And that's what happens when you don't convert Flash Pen tool 9s to fills. Man, I wish I'd noticed those earlier. That's gonna bother me now. I ruined the animation for myself. I don't want to think about it. Let's go on a relaxing visual journey through the raw animation files. Animating this sort of thing is easy, but time-consuming. All you're doing, really, is picking which pieces of the pony show up and where they need to move to. For someone like me, who's used to drawing frame by frame, used to drawing individual pictures for every single thing you see, animating puppets like this feels soul-crushingly confining. True, I mean, you can draw new pieces if you don't have what you need, and that's what puppet animators always tell me. Well, yeah, you can draw the new piece, and it's fun. But to me, drawing the puppets is not the same. It's the difference between making a sculpture out of factory-produced, perfectly molded pieces and making a sculpture out of an infinitely malleable lump of dough. The craftsmanship of sculpting that lump of dough is what I love about animation. It doesn't look always as clean as the factory stuff, but it's got character. It's got character, and if you know what you're doing, you can make something amazing that no factory in the world could make. So, by the time I'd finished 99 hours of tweening puppet parts, I had sunk way too much time into the project to do the swirly transitions that the storyboard called for, and to add sound effects and to fine-tune the animation. So, I was happy to see that Josh Scorcher added scene transitions and sound effects after I gave him the completed file. And he added a joke to the end after the credits too, and that is how Love is an Open Door was made. That's it for today. Come back next time for something I didn't make that is not pony related. Is there even anybody here who doesn't like ponies? Like, how did you sit through all of that just now? How did you... what? Anybody? I think everybody's gone. Shoot. Next time I have to remember to tell them to visit my website and leave a tip on Patreon or PayPal.